So in any way, when you get too much of anything, it's a nuisance. You have to clean it all, and you have to take care of it all. You have to do all of this tab. But here in Jannah, these things will not be, and so they're a veil from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is why everybody in the past was trying to lighten their load from all of this, all of this rubbish in the dunya, because you have to take care of it, and you have to keep wandering around and making sure that it doesn't go to pieces. And who have the most oppressed and busy minds of all people? People with the zillionaires. Why? Because they're always thinking about how not to lose their money. They have to, or they would lose it. And so this is always busying their head, and so it's not a relief at that point. It's a relief when you don't have enough and you get enough. This is the point of relief. Anything more, anything less, is something that will busy you from your deen in the old, for most people. And so here, Allah is describing also, if you heap this on a bunch of people in this world, they'd have a miserable time in it, like Dracula's. But there, I'm trying to talk about the things that prove to be a hijab from Allah in this world, of luxuries, of human desires satisfied, and clothes and accessories of the greatest taste and exquisiteness and beauty, and the gratified ease of being used to them and familiar with them and pleased with them, and their being yours. None of these things, while Allah knows better than I or anyone else can know from this vantage point in this world, none of these exquisite pleasures, inshallah, will veil the abrar, who are devoted to their Lord in all works of good in this world, will veil the abrar from the supreme ecstasies of finding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with them. Or just as someone deeply in love who holds the reflection of the face of his beloved in the surface of the goblet that he's about to drink from is in consummate, unutterable bliss before he takes a sip. In other words, in the heightened, lofty perceptions of those of paradise, everything from Allah to them there will direct their attention to infinite, unfading, and ever new and fresh and young tajalliyat, or epiphanies of the infinite glory of Allah's own being. The range and scope of their capacities to appreciate this will probably vary with the variegated ranks of them in this world. Imam al-Ghazali says ساعة ملكهم في الجنة على حسب سعة معرفتهم وبمقدار ما يتجلى الله لهم بذاته وصفاته وأفعاله. He said the extent, the size of their sovereignty, of all of their possessions in Jannah, of their sovereignty in Jannah, will be commensurate with their degree of their ma'rifah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this world, and the degree to which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala manifested himself in this world, in his being and in his attributes and in his actions to them. Wallahu subhanahu wa ta'ala alam. This is one of the ulama of Islam, Imam al-Ghazali. But the thing about Jannah is not the limitary number of realities found there that we can comprehend here and now. Like we said, we can't comprehend all this stuff, all the things that Allah. All of this is the nuzul. All of this is the hors d'oeuvres, and the real, heart of the matter is beyond human comprehension. It's not possible for a human being to get there, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala confines himself to mentioning in Revelation, or otherwise we wouldn't understand anything. The thing about Jannah is not these things, but as Rabi'a al Adawiyya made plain, she said, الجار, and this is a quote from a prophetic hadith, I believe, الجار ثم الدار. She said, the neighbor, Allah, and then the abode, and then the thing is the neighbor, and after that, the home. So these individual wonders are unutterably wonderful, but the greatest wonder is what they will denote, entail, signify, and direct the attention of those they are given to, namely to their Almighty Maker. وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Everything that the people of Jannah say, as we know, what is the last thing they say? They close their every dua in Jannah with Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.